Hi, I'm Marty Swoboda, the Vice President of Marketing and Sales at GFE Global. We're here today in our testing facility in Gardena, California. So we're basically here to do 3 different configurations of the orifice size. First test is for the orifice number 4. There's 6 orifices, 2, the 3, and then the 4, and then the 4 is going to be the thick one. There they are. We put the largest ones in the back. We're doing 10 pounds. So, and the first test is going to be also the speed. So we're going to get up to about a 4 at the most. Started out about a 2.5. Okay, so there's 10 pounds in. So let's take a closer look. What's going on here? So you can see the seeds are coming down. Once we see the oil coming out of zone 1, zone 2, you see that seed cake come out. There's the first oil drop in zone 1. There's a little bit of oil coming out the end. Well, that's all right to get started. Okay, you start seeing it squirt out the zone 2. Look at that start coming right down there. You see that seed cake come out. So now we're going to speed this thing up. Get it up to a 4. Should start seeing the oil really start coming out here. Really starting to come out of zone 1. Have a little bit of a filter going on there. You look in there, there's almost a quart here. Okay, we're getting done here. We did 10 pounds for this first test, and we got over a quart. And then over here, we got about another 8 ounces. So I'm going to seal this up. Test number 1, bead number 4, O-ring 2, 3, 4, thick. Test number 1. It's a little bit of excess oil, 6.5 weight for the seed cake. And the oil weight of test number 1, roughly 3 pounds. And that's also been filtered. We're going on to our second test, which is the same configuration as test 1, the 2, 3, 4, and the thick O-ring. But once we get it going and the oil starts coming out, we're going to jump up to about, let's say about a 7.5. What we really want to test here, the fatty-free acids, and then also the extraction percentage, because obviously production rate will go faster and you'll be able to produce more oil with less time, which obviously is an economic consideration. So I did move some things around. I did change one thing in the test because 10 pounds is about 2.5 pints versus, and I want to send you all the oil, so I backed off to 7 pounds of testing that we're going to do, so it does fit into a quart. Still want to do a screen filter on this, so let's get going here. Once again, get it up to about a 2.5. Here goes 7 pounds of pennycress. And the oil should start coming out really quick because I didn't clean anything, I didn't clean it out, so there still is some oil in there. So once again, the pennycress is in there, the oil should come out, and I did change the configuration here to a screen filter. Okay, we got oil out of zone 2 first, and the seed cake came right out, which it should, I expected that. So let's make sure that this is all going to go in properly here. Yep. Just a rudimentary screen filter here. Okay, we're doing pretty good, so let's just jump right up to, there's a 5, 6. Let's come around and make sure we're going to get onto the 7. That's a 7. That's a little bit over 7.5. And you can see the difference in the flow there. We definitely got some seed cake coming out. But we're going through a screen filter. And it's flowing right along. I think you got a really good flow going out of both areas. And we're already through. The difference of speed is going through a lot more product. 7 pounds produced just over 1.5 pints and definitely under a quart. I am going to go back to 10 pounds for the faster tests, and then I'm going to back off to 7 pounds for the slower tests. As it's dripped out, it definitely has increased the percentage of oil there. The quart container, test 2, 7 pounds, speed 7.5, and O-ring once again was 2, 3, 4 thick. So I put all the seed cake into bags. Test 2 was 7 pounds. O-ring 2, 3, 4 T. Okay. We're on to the third test, and I'm backing off the weight from the very first test to 7 pounds so I can stay within that quart range. We should see a little bit more extraction here because we're going for a tighter orifice. We are going to go with the speed of 4 on this one, and then in the next test I am going to jump back up to 10 pounds because of the speed. It just goes so quick through 10 pounds. The difference between the 4 and the 5. And then this will be the last one we do, which that's the 6, which it barely even goes through. There's no wiggle room between the two. Versus the one we're doing right now versus the one we just finished up. I'm going to go with the 2, the 3, and then the 5. So let's get this going. So that's a 3. I've weighed out 7 pounds here. And almost instantly some oil is starting to come out. Once again, remember we changed the orifice. Just the dripping. So there it is already. That's zone 1. It's just a really nice flow very quickly. Zone 2's already coming out. And no oil came out because it's already been propped. So we are already up and running. So let's not waste any time. And we're up to 4. It's a nice little flow though, especially out of zone 1. Instantly almost up to a pint. See that really going down there pretty quick. Already up to over a pint. Let's see how much we got going in there. Already down. So here it is. 7 pounds really goes pretty quick. So I think the speed test of number 7, we got to get up to 10 pounds. See, and we're already down. So I'm going to wind this down a little bit. Take it down to a 2. And let her bleed out. So we're above or almost at a quart, and I bet we'll get to a quart by the time this all drips out. Example here. This was the one we just did of test 3, and this is test 2, which is the 4. So you can see the diameter difference there. Got up to right at a quart after the dripping, and that is the seed cake out of test 3. We just completed test 3, and we're moving on to test 4. But we're going to do 10 pounds because of the speed, and get up the speed to about 7.5. You know, I'm not cleaning anything else, so it's already started there. See the seed cake's coming out the end. Oil's coming out of zone 2 already, and zone 1. So I'm going to speed it up, get it up to 5 before it even comes down. Let it sit there for a couple seconds here. That's looking pretty good, so I'm going to crank it right up to 7. That's about a 7.5. Okay, it's slowing down there. Okay, it's slowing down there. Test number 4, speed 7.2, O-ring 235. It is a full quart, and then there was just under a pint, so 3/4 of a pint left. Moving on to our final configuration, which instead of a 235, we go to 246 of the O-rings. Our first test of that is going to be the speed, which is 4. Okay, we got this going at a slow speed here. This is the test number 5. I got 7 pounds here. Put this in. Let's get this cranked up. It's squeezing out of zone 1 and 2 now. Okay, let's get this up to 4. Go real slow. Now that's a 4. Up, and we're already out. Okay, on this 7 pounds, we actually got less than a quart. This was test number 5, a speed of 4, and an O-ring of 2, 4 that was thick, and a number 6. Okay, the 6th test isn't going to work like that, so I'm going to go a whole different direction here. I'm going to go back to a 3 and crank it as fast as we can. So let's get cranking here. There's 10 pounds in there. Start really slow, pushing out there, and then I'm going to start cranking it up. Much thicker here. You can see that that's much thicker. This is a 7.5. I'm sure with a little bit of effort I could get it up to about an 8. It's about 7 3/4 right now. And it's over a quart though. Well, there's another 5 pounds. Cranking out though. Just pouring out there. And there's definitely no more seed cake coming out of that. And then we're already through it, so I got to back it off. 15 pounds, not quite 2 quarts, but 3.5 pints. Test 6, speed is 7 to 8 on an average. O-ring was 1, 2, 3. Just over 3.5 pints. Test 6, I'm going to send you all the oil that I got from that, and that was a speed of 7 and 8, and 15 pounds, and we got almost 2 quarts. Test 1. You got almost all the oil, but you have all the seed cake. It was a 10-pound test. Speed was 4, and the O-ring was a 234 thick. Test 2 was a 7-pound test, a speed of 7.5, and the O-ring is a 234 thick. And you have all that oil and all that seed cake. Test 3, you have a 7-pound test. It's a speed of a 4. O-ring is 235 normal. You have all the seed cake and I believe all the oil. And then on test 4, you have a speed of 7.2, O-ring of 235 and normal. And you have all the, it was 10 pounds, you have all the seed cake and not all the oil though. On test 5, it's a 7-pound test. Speed was a 4, O-ring was a 2, 4 thick, and a 6 at the end. So that's going to be your thinnest seed cake. And then test 6 did not work out like I wanted it to. We ended up doing a 15-pound test. It was a speed of 7 to 8. It kind of varied by the time we got all the way through. And it was an O-ring of 1, 2, 3. And you got almost 2 quarts of oil, and you got everything from the test, both seed cake and oil.